Working wing panels did not exist in Flightpoint for the first 2 months of development. That's a surprisingly long time saying that flight is in the name. The most unknown achievement in the game is called Boom Boom, with approximately less than 20 owners and no way to currently get it. It unlocks the Boom Boom block that makes this noise. There are 4 caves in the game as of this video being made. An ancient mysterious cave, Crystal Falls, the interrogation room, and this place under a volcano or something, I don't know. The ancient mysterious cave requires a hidden key to enter. I won't say much more. Your coordinates, speed indicator, and even debug coordinates are all based on meters, not studs. The earliest update in the changelog included the addition of camera blocks and save slot backups. It also added a visible configuration option to seats. Any lava around the map in Flightpoint will make any block in a plane take 10 damage, whilst making players take 5 damage on touch. The empty physics category actually has blocks in it. Let me explain. Every block in the game has a list of attributes that makes the game determine how it should be displayed to the player. The unused suspension block, yes you heard me, does exist in the game with its own existing category. It just has the visible attribute set to false. There is a discontinued ropeway on the main island. It was built for some tourist stuff, but the construction has stopped since early 2023. Just a quick Easter egg, there is a Doppelmayr reference. During the Easter of 2023, visiting the Golden Egg in the ancient mysterious cave would give you an achievement. The players that got the egg on that day received a special egg block that will unlock a new exclusive item soon. The entirety of the game actually takes place on a floating island. Due to some procedurally generating water bugs, the sea level completely wipes out the ocean floor and lower parts of the island. This aircraft carrier was modeled by one of Flightpoint's best modelers, Dark Net White, in just a few days. You can donate 25 or 50 Robux to me in the menu tab. Doing so will give every server a notification. There is some test music that can be played using Flightpoint commands. Here's an example. In the beginning of development, blocks used to be 2 studs cubed in volume, now they are 3. As of version 0.2.5, the mountains in the far right corner of the island have been flattened. Back in early development, animations used to play every time you equipped a block. There was also a plan for little props on your hands to exist too. This is an example of how far Flightpoint has progressed in GUI quality. Back then, Flightpoint used to weld any blocks that were directly next to each other in a cubic grid pattern. Now, the welding system just connects any blocks that touch at any point. January 22nd, 2023 was the day Flightpoint got its game-changing feature, the triangle drawer tool. Touching this Among Us statue makes this sound play. Among Us! This volcano was made because of a planned live event, but it was cancelled. Maybe I could do this later on, I don't know. The crazy reason why Flightpoint exists is that I ran out of content ideas one week. It is unbelievable how far the game has come since its release. I don't even know if this channel would still be alive if it was not for Flightpoint. Dragon Platinum, a former Playing Crazy YouTuber, made a video on Flightpoint back when it was still a pretty early game. The reason why I mentioned Dragon Platinum's video is because Flightpoint's player base grew by 10% on the release of that day. According to some analytics, the least visited area in the map that is not 0% is this little area below a road. When Among Us mode is turned on, the ocean turns into a thick layer of glass. Okay, that was more like a fun fact, not a fact. What? At the beginning of development, the server size for Flightpoint was 4, then it turned to 10, then 15, then back to 10 again. What used to be the third base for the extra 5 players is now a runway. All of the roads in the game are split into little segments. As of update 0.2.5, there are 110 of them. The test place is always a version behind the main game, even though it is meant to test future updates. Confusing. If you have a bigger build and the game is lagging, it might be because the indicators are cycling through so many blocks to get the center of mass. Even though there is code to stop indicators freaking out, FPS can drop a little bit when you have more than 5,000 blocks. There is a cobblestone path that stretches around one of the main mountains of the game. It looks like something could have made a little crater in this mountain. Whatever it was dropped some magma around the area. According to my calculations, the map is 20,456 studs long. This tunnel is actually part of the interrogation room. The interrogation room / cave only exists because of a trolling video I made a week ago. The purpose of it is to figure out why specific individuals have been evading their taxes. There is a building in the mountains that has Wizify's best jet yet, and a contribution to some YouTubers that have tried out Flightpoint. Here are some analytics. You can see the peak of players when a really popular video I made about Flightpoint was released. That Mavberry was the first player to experiment around with the triangle tool when it was released. Here was the first ever realistic jet he made. When you are in a test place, the debug menu will include the word test in the version text label. The secret vent in the hills leads to a little Dragon Platinum Easter egg. The other island is so far away, the roads leading up to it stop loading because of the distance. When material physics is enabled, each block will have its own automatic density, friction, and other physical properties depending on the material it has. The other option, client physics, will make the player's computer run all of the physics calculations instead of the server. Client physics could be great if you wanted to make a build that responds faster to your inputs. The Roblox Emotes menu was removed from the game recently, so the top right button tray could have its own GUI style. In a later update, Roblox Emotes will be re-added, but with the in-game GUI style. Kick OGs is a command that private server owners can use. It kicks the oldest players from the server so a streamer can keep a constant balanced flow of players joining and leaving. All of the players will be in the server for the exact same amount of time, so it is fair. And finally, Fact 50 for goodness! And finally, the first ever name for Flightpoint was Totally Plain Crazy 2. By the way, reply to my pinned comment for maybe a shoutout next video. I only had 2 days to make this video, so I hope you appreciate it. Have a great day. Love you. Mwah!